All right, now down to number 10 here. Hopefully you're with me. So this one's a little bit bigger. 9x to the third plus 18x squared plus 18x plus 9. I'm going to put the x plus 1 out front. Here we go. Here are the questions you need to ask yourself and how to do it. What do you multiply by x to get 9x to the third? Now this one's a little bit interesting. Well, this is an x to the first, and that's x to the third. So we need a 9, and I need an x squared. Once again, that's right above the x squared term there, because x times x to the second will be x to the third. So now, 9x squared times all this is going to be 9x to the third, and 9x squared times 1 is going to be plus 9x squared. So now we have them organized so we can combine like terms. 9x to the third minus 9x to the third is going to be 0. Got to have that. And then 18x squared minus 9x squared is going to be 9x squared. I'm going to drop down my plus 18x real quick. Now, what do you multiply by x to get 9x squared? Well, that should be a positive 9x. 9x times x is 9x squared. 9x times 1 is 9x. So then we're going to subtract those two binomials. 9x squared minus 9x squared is 0. Got to have it. And then 18x minus 9x is 9x. And then we're going to drop down to plus 9. So plus 9 goes right there. And now what do you multiply by x to get 9x? That would be just a 9. So 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 1 is 9. And when we subtract, we don't get a remainder. We get a 0 there and a 0 there, because 9 minus 9 is 0. Okay. There's that. All right. Number 11. All right. R plus 4 goes on the outside. 3r to the third plus 16r squared. 26r and 40 go inside. I think when I was a kid, we called them the barn door or something like that. So there's that. What do you multiply by r to get 3r to the third? Now this first step is tricky here. Now that's a 3, and that came from a 1. So we've got to have an r squared there. And since we're going from r to the third, or 3r to the third, we're multiplying by 3. Okay? So that's what I need to have right there. 3r squared times r is 3r to the third, which it should be. These two should match up. And 3r squared times 4 is going to be plus 12r squared. After that, we subtract. 3r to the third minus 3r to the third, that's 0. 16r squared minus 12r squared is going to be 4r squared. Then I drop down my plus 26r. All right. After that, what do you multiply by r to get 4r squared? We need another r, and to go from r to 4r squared, we need a 4. So positive 4r is going to go right there. So 4r times r is 4r squared. Once again, I'm taking this, multiplying it by that. And that's going right here. 4r times 4 is going to be plus 16r. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have to subtract again. So we get a 0 right there. 26r minus 16r is going to be 10r. Then we drop down the positive 40. Then what do you multiply by r to get 10r? That'll be 10. Now 10, we have to distribute to that. So it'd be 10r plus 40. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another match. We have another long division problem with no remainder. Okay, so we end up getting 0 and 0, and this is our quotient. That's our answer to this problem. Then, number 12. We have r plus 2 on the outside, and on the inside I have 9r to the third. 9r squared minus 10r and plus 16. So, what do you multiply by r to get 9r to the third? Well, you got to have a 9, you have to have a 9r squared. So the 9r squared times this will be 9r to the third plus 18r squared. Super important. Distribute to that. So now we have to subtract. This is where it gets kind of difficult because you have to deal with some negatives here. Now, the first part's a 0. You got to have a 0 there. Now, the second part over here, we have 9r squared minus 18r squared. That would be negative 9r squared. So that goes right there, and we drop down the negative 10r. Now, what do we multiply by r to get 9r squared? Well, you have to have a negative 9, and you need another r. So that's what's going to go right there. And we're going to take that now, and we are going to distribute it to this binomial here. So negative 9r times r is negative 9r squared. Once again, these two have to match. The negative 9r times 2 will be negative 18r. We have to subtract these two, though. This is where it gets real gross. Negative 9r squared minus negative 9r squared, that's 0. As long as those two match, when you subtract them, you end up with 0. And then I have to do negative 10r minus negative 18r. So that turns into a plus here, and I get a positive 8r right there. Super importante. Now I'm going to move down to plus 16. And last but not least, what do you multiply by r to get 8r? It's a positive 8. 8 times r is 8r. 8 times 2 is a positive 16. We subtract, and once again, no remainder. Get 0 there. So then this is our quotient. All right. Thank you very much.